Hello, welcome to Spy Money. I tell you, today was started off really bad for me. I had a migraine and I just was not with it today. So my apologies if in the Discord group, if I wasn't quite there as much, my normal trading wasn't there. It was hard enough for me to do what I did today. This afternoon I started feeling better and I am doing dynamite right now. Made me a, a smoked filet today. Smoked it on my smoker for a good while and got my belly full tonight, and it's going to be good. And I made a little money today. Did some scalping. So let's start off with ES. Today we opened up, well, all night we ended up rallying. And we've been rallying since Friday night, all day. And actually, I've had this on Tuesday. Today's Monday, isn't it? So I've got to change that. But we rallied all day. No, today is Tuesday. Sorry. We rallied all day Monday, and then we ended up. I thought we were going to probably break off because the 500 billion was supposed to end on Monday, but I guess they squeezed an extra billion and threw it in there for Tuesday. Right now we're selling off. We are down on the 200. We're actually breaking below the 200, which is actually pretty good for people that have puts. If you have calls, you're not happy about it, but for me, I'm locking it. So, Brad Money, what you doing there, Kyle? And when I look at that, I call it Pumpkin. I knew a guy, his middle name or his nickname was Pumpkin. So when I see that, that's what I think. And yeah, and that food, it was good, man. I tell you, it was really good. But anyway, the market is pulling back. We're down at the 200 right now. And this is a pretty decent support right around the 26.30, somewhere on through there, just below that purple. The purple is that channel that we've been in for a while. So from way back, let me go to a 1 hour. You can see it better. A 1 hour shows this channel going all the way through. And so let me change my charting. Let's see here. You can see it better. I try not to use all the indicators and stuff when we're looking on YouTube. It just makes it easier to see. And for whatever reason, I guess I changed it today. So I changed a few things. Let me go in here. Excuse me here a minute while I change this. Let's see here. I usually make that 1,000 and then come back here. There we go. And then let me take out a few studies out of here. I changed a few things. That's not on there. I don't know why it's showing up. Okay, yeah, that's right. So we've got this channel we've been following, and it's been bouncing from like 24.50 all the way up to around 26.50, somewhere through there. So it's been a 200-point swing all the way through. And I thought that yesterday, I thought we would hit this and then bounce down. That's what I was thinking. Matter of fact, I even bought some puts on ES along through here. That way I could catch us down, and they ended up going up. So right now they're pretty close to broke even right now on those, so that's fine. But I'm thinking this will probably sell off all night tonight. I'm looking to see this hopefully get back down to the 24.50. If it went further, it wouldn't hurt my feelings, but I'd like to see this drop down overnight and try to get back down to here. It would be nice if it ended up going down to the 23.53 fib line by the end of tomorrow. We've got another 500 billion coming in on Thursday, so we need, I'm sure this will come down, probably take all the way down through Wednesday to get down to here. When it does, the 500 billion will come in, they'll pop it up again, and then we got another 500 billion coming in on Monday. So we've got another $1 trillion coming Thursday and Monday that will pump this stock up. But after that, the feds are going to be gone for a while. Well, when the feds leave, the mice will play. So the feds left up here, and look what happened. So the feds dumping money in is not helping. Hey, John. The feds dumping money is not helping. The only thing it's doing is just prolonging the agony, and it's causing a lot of consolidation through here. With all the consolidation we've had, it's just been bad. You can see right here is the support that I had drawn in. Actually, support for there, resistance for here. It went up, barely touched it, tried to break through, and then it just dumped. So my thinking is we are going to go ahead and come back to the 2450. That would really make me happy if that did that. If it went to there and it rallied again, that's fine. But I'd really like to see the 2450 for my count position. I'd really like to see 1700. Just go ahead and do it and get it over with. So as far as my positions, they're looking really good. I'm in MES puts. I'm in ES puts. I'm in Apple puts. I was in AMD today. I scalped it. I'm doing more scalping now since the market's moving the way it is. And not doing the long-term options. I'm just actually scalping options and actually scalping future contracts. So, but anyway, this is where ES is. It looks like it's going to be heading on down. If we go over to gold, let's see here, gold. Did it pop? Yeah, gold. Gold is selling off too, which I'm really happy about. I'm actually shocked that it broke this yellow trend line. That is the one, the pyramid or the pennant that I've got drawn in. I'm shocked it actually went above that. And when it did, it actually alarmed me because I've got puts on this and I'm in the hole on them. And I'm hoping this will come down and get back down to this area down in here somewhere. If it does and then bounces back, then I can make some really good money. It needs to be probably down around 1550 or so before I can get back in the groove of things. So once that happens, then I'll be a lot happier when it comes on down. I'm long on it, so I've got plenty of time. So as far as right now, it looks like it's selling off too. Now when the market starts reversing and when they start dumping the 500 billion, that's going to push this up too. So I'm thinking we'll probably come back down to the 1589 by the end of Wednesday. So if we come down there, then that's going to be a lot better. So that's kind of the area, and we might actually just come down to this area rolling through here, which would be the 1650. But I think we'll actually come down further than that. So we're just riding a roller coaster right now. Markets are closed Friday. I did not know that, John. I did not know that. Markets are closed, and I live in South Carolina, and they shut the whole state down. We're not supposed to leave our house after 5 o'clock tonight, which is after 5. So we'll go back to crude oil. Crude oil sold off hard today. I hated that. I wish I was in puts on that. I did not know it until after it was already down to here before I caught it. And again, today was just not a good day for me to trade. But if I could have got in puts on that, that would have been sweet. So if you were in on any kind of oil stocks or whatever, you got creamed today. And they had some bad news. Of course, the news that made it pump up over here was not even accurate news. The news that they had was really kind of fake. It ended up rallying, and now they're paying for it because now they're finding out that news is not really what it was, and that's selling off. On Thursday, they're supposed to have some sort of a meeting. Good Friday. Sunday is Easter? Didn't realize that. I guess that makes sense. They're supposed to have a meeting on Thursday talking about the issues with Russia and Iran and stuff like that. So if that goes well, which actually I hope it does, then that will help rally it. But the way the market's looking, I think next week we are going to sell off really hard. When we do, that is going to affect everything. I just don't see the market actually pulling out of where it is right now because, I mean, everything's shut down. I know a lot of people say it's priced in, but I just don't believe all that. If you're not selling product, you're not making money. Why would anybody want to buy stock in a company that's shut down? I just don't get it. The DXY started going up earlier after hours. It sold off real hard because it's been going up, but then it turned around and took off and started going up this afternoon or this after hours. By it going up, that's because the market's actually dropping. So when I get off the live stream here, I'm going to go ahead and get in a USD/CAD long position because I think it'll sell off all night. And if it does, then that means the dollar will go up and USD will go up as well. We'll look at NG. NG was just like through the roof today. I didn't even see it. One of the Discord members pointed it out and asked me if I had calls, and I said yeah. So I was actually down on them, and I'm almost to even right now. I needed to go to around 2.2 for me to come out on it. So I'm hoping this goes ahead and continues up. This should have never dropped, in my opinion. This should have kept on going up. But you can see here, I got in the calls. I think I got him right on through here. So I'm at about where I got in the calls to start with. But because of all this, I actually lost premium. So it'll have to get up, probably right up in here somewhere before I can actually see any premium out of it. If I could get broke even on it, I'd go ahead and take the broke even, get out of it, and then just reposition myself at a different expiration. So natural gas looks like it's actually going the right direction. Hopefully, I mean, it actually stepped up. 17, see, what is that? What percentage is that? This is since, let's see, actually it would be, yeah, about right here. So from there to there, it went up 9%. Is what it went up today. So that's, I mean, that's pretty huge. It actually went up 2%. Let's see, that can't be right. It says 2% right here, but there's no way that's 2%. It's actually coming down and it's pulling back a little bit. So that'll probably pull back a little bit and then hopefully take back off. I'd like to get out of that position tonight. And then we'll go to NQ, and the same thing as the ES. It's actually selling off. When the feds are gone, stocks go back to normal. This is what should normally be happening. When the feds are around, they're dumping money and stuff, and they're not even buying. You know, no shares really being traded. They're just dumping the money in there and just say, hey, look how good it's going. Did y'all notice today how the media was talking about, actually they talked about it yesterday and today, of how the market's been raging, and you know the coronavirus is actually toward the end, so now the market's raging and it's, you know, doing better, and there's more what they say, confidence in the market and all this stuff. You know what? None of that stuff was true. The feds, they didn't say that the feds dumped money into the market. They didn't tell you that they've already dumped $1 trillion. Well, actually, you see, 1.5, 2. They've dumped $2 trillion in the market in the last 2 weeks, and that's what's made it go up. So I really don't understand. Well, I understand why the media does it, but I don't understand why the media is actually, it looks like they report real news. If they were, you know, they're just trying to get everybody to go ahead and start dumping their retirements and everything in there and start buying up the stock. And then what will happen is the bears will come in and take every dime of it, because next week they're going to sell it all off. They're going to short it. So anyway, what are you doing there, Kyle? I don't know what you're talking about there. So the NQ is actually coming back as well. And then if we go back into, let's see, don't we have another one there? Did I miss one? I went through all those. Let's go to TLT. TLT started going back up. That's your bonds, 20-year bond. It is actually just kind of staying within a consolidation area. It's not really going up or down that much. I think personally, if you'd have bought calls at the low today, I think your calls would have been fine and sold them off, say, tomorrow evening. TLT will probably be up to around 169 tomorrow. And then when the Fed start dumping money in the market again, this will sell back down. So I think I might play that. I didn't get in my calls today, but when this goes up and at the high, then I might go ahead and buy some puts and just write it down for an overnight swing, because that's going to gap down as soon as they start dumping that money in there. So I might actually play that. Then we got VIX. VIX has been going down. I don't fully understand this, but they were talking about it on the, I think it was CNBC I was listening to today, a little bit, in just a few minutes. And they were talking about this was 1/12 of what the market is. So I need to study up on that, because I've never heard that before. But if you come down here, you can see that it just flatlined right across. So if it flatlining, and then when the market started selling off, this went up, come down, and it's just in a consolidation mode. I think the VIX is going to go up as soon as the market sells off, like say probably on Tuesday, the VIX is going to drop hard. So I would think that, or I'm sorry, the VIX will go, so let me rephrase that. The VIX will go up on starting Tuesday. It will go down starting probably Thursday, because when the market starts going up, this will start dropping. So if you're wanting to play some short swings or scalping or whichever, you could play that in that direction. So when the market's going up, this is going to go down. When the market's going down, this is going to go up. So that's what you could play. And then I put together a little list up here of the ones I'm going to try to watch. And I don't have all these on my list. I think I've got 6 stocks that I'm watching. I'm going to pull up AMD just to show you what I did today. And if we go to a 5-minute chart today, AMD sold off immediately, and then it raged. And I did not catch this rage. I've got it set up now to where I'll catch it. I got some things, some alerts will tell me. But when this went up and went into that VWAP, I thought, there we go. So I went ahead and got in a short, or some puts right here. And I rode that put all the way down to right here, and I was up about 90... I think it was 94, 95% right here. And I had my sell set for 100%. And I thought it was going to go ahead and drop down and probably hit either the 47.15 or the VWAP. And it turns out it never. And it shot back up and then come down. I ended up selling for, I think, 68%. So I could have had 90-some% there, but I got greedy with it, trying to get that little extra little bit. So we ended up getting 60, I think it was 68%. It's in the Discord chat. So 68% is still really good for a scalp. So that's all I did with it. I just bought the puts and just let it play out. I never went red in the whole trade. I was stayed green the whole time. I think I got in about right here and rode it all the way to there. And then wouldn't you figure that as soon as it goes to like 1 minute before market closes, it drops down. But by the time it went up and come down, I probably made the same money here as actually probably less money there than what I would have made there, because I had same week expiration. It was expiring this Friday, so I couldn't swing it. And I thought that AMD would actually sell off, but I mean, you can't swing in a trade with that short of expiration. The theta will eat you, so you're better off just sell it, wait till tomorrow and get back in. So AMD is when I got in. AMD is going to follow the market. So right now it's selling off. It's going to sell off tomorrow too. This will probably gap down. It would have been a really good trade to get in if I had a longer expiration. But this will gap down. When it does, then sometime tomorrow, I don't know when, but I think they'll start pumping the money in toward the end of the day. They'll probably let this come on down. With that big old gap, probably looking 45.27 or so is probably about where it'll go. And that's the top of this support here. So I would say it'll probably gap down and sell off all the way to 45.27. That'd be my guess. Then we have BA. A lot of people have been playing BA. You can see everything just followed the market today. If you bought puts in anything at the beginning, you made money today. If you bought calls, you're upset. You'll have to wait till the end of Thursday to get your money, maybe Monday, before your calls will actually pay out on you. Then we have Microsoft. We hadn't looked at Microsoft forever. It sold off real hard too. I think it's probably going to gap down. We're probably going to hit the 153.73 mark. If you look at the trend line from here to here, it's 5%, and then if we do from here to there is 8. That's 5% too. So this is the same distance here as what it was there. So I think that's where we're going to end up being. I think everything's going to sell off tonight, gap down, and sell down to along the same resistance as where it was before it took off. Then we have NVDA. I'll look at it real quick. Same story, sold off. It's going to do the same. Roku sold off real hard. And with the Roku selling off, it's going to, basically the same thing tomorrow. We're under the VWAP. Until the feds get back in, everything will sell off. It's actually doing what it should have been doing all along before the feds got involved. If the feds hadn't got involved back in, let's see, where was it they actually got it? It was on a Thursday. Let's see. They got in right here. So they got in there, it went up, and it sold off. And then they got in again, it sold off. They come down here, it got in again, it sold off. Every time they get in, it would just sell off. This right here is another one. Got in, and it sold off. and then come over through here. I think this was just a little pullback, and then right here they got in again. So the feds are not helping our options at all. They're actually making the premiums go away. SPY, same as ES, selling off. After hours is selling off too. Do Target, same thing. All the stocks have just done exactly the same thing, and I think that it's going to be Thursday before they take off again. Tesla, I know some of you got into some Tesla calls in the Discord. I hope you got out up here because this is going to sell off tonight. So hopefully you ended up just scalping that and getting out of that. If not, you might be in trouble because I think it was a short expiration you were in. This one here, Uber. I put Uber on here because I think John and I in the group, he's our moderator. We talk daily, several times a day, about what we can do better with the Discord group, what we can do to help each other. When he's having a bad day, I help him, vice versa. So it's actually a pretty good relationship there. And he helps a lot of the members in the Discord answering a lot of questions and stuff. So it's actually really good. It's not just me in the Discord. It's him as well as far as being able to help out. But the group itself actually helps each other out, which is really good. I don't think we really have what you call a boss in the group. I'm the owner of the server, but for the most part, we all treat each other the same. We don't look at each other as one better than the other, which is great. So if you're looking for a place to call home and see what everybody's trading, get some education, and do some chatting about different tickers and stuff that you're interested in, then that would be good. There's a link in the bottom in the description to sign up for that. But on Uber, he's big on Uber. Now this morning, he told me something, but he corrected it. And I thought that they were flying in a plane from New York to New Jersey for $150, but it turns out it's a helicopter, not a plane. He checked on that to make sure, and it was a helicopter. So a helicopter I could actually see doing it for that cheap. A plane I couldn't see because it cost too much. So, but he was talking about Uber is actually Ubering helicopter rides to go to work. So I think with them actually going that far with it and then doing the cars and also doing the Uber Eats and things like that, we both agree that Uber is going a long way. Now, Uber is not that new of a company as far as on the stock market. And when it debuted, it come in and run up around the 40s, and it's just sold off, and it has not been able to hold that again. So right now, and then with this market that sold off, it went down to 1371. I wish I would have had and just bought a bunch of calls at that time and just held it. And if I'd bought like leaps where they were maybe like a year old or so, or a year out, then you could have really made a lot of money with that. Now I've got a, let me get it here closer. I've got a marker there, an alert. Let's see here. I've got an alert that will come in, so whenever it comes up and hits that, then it tells me it's breaking this channel and it'll be time to get in. I don't want to get in this and just be consolidating forever. I want to get in it when it's starting to move. Then we got another one, Visa. I put that on there. Visa is always a good one. We'll go to a 15-minute chart. Today it wasn't good, but nothing was good today unless you're in puts. But Visa, as soon as the market actually, or the feds get out of the market and it's actually working according to what the market works itself and the feds aren't in, Visa's a good one. It climbs really good. It's the options are reasonable. That is a very good ticker to get in. And I've traded it quite a bit, and I've actually done really well with it. So Visa is one I would put on your list if it's not on yours. And then Walmart. Walmart sold off today. I'm glad I sold. I sold on Friday. I wish I'd held to Monday, but I'm still glad I sold Friday. But it sold off today. Not only the market, but they got bad news that someone contracted the CV virus. I'm not sure if I think that someone died. It was an employee, and now they're suing Walmart. So this is going to be the first of many to come. Let's see, what could this... the small business money do to the economy inflationary wise. I'm scared. Well, them dumping all this money in there, inflation is going to be through the roof. To be scared, you have a right to be scared. We have never been here before other than the Great Depression. And the Great Depression we still talk about today. I think this is going to be worse than the Great Depression. That's the reason I keep saying puts on the market. I mean, this is just fake money that we're doing right now. The feds are in it. They're trying to pump the market, trying to make it look like it's not. And I mean, the whole state of South Carolina shut down today. The whole state. I think New York has been shut down. And, I mean, people are going to lose their shirts in this. Just take a beach house down here, for instance. 2 blocks from the beach is where I live. Well, the ones on the beach, they rent anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a week. They have hurricane insurance that costs them between $12,000 and $15,000 a year on a small one. Some of those guys pay $20,000 a year for hurricane insurance. So if they're paying, let's just call it $15,000, and then they've got their regular insurance, it's probably going to cost them, I'd say probably $8,000 or so for that. So you got $23,000, and then they got the taxes on it. The taxes are probably $5,000 a year, so there's $28,000. All of that was due in January and February. That's when that stuff has been paid. So a lot of people in the wintertime, they will sell them in the winter because they don't have the money to pay that. So let's just say you only have one, and you just paid out all that money, and then you're expecting in April is when the season really takes off. The end of March is when it takes off, and they shut it down. So now instead of getting your $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week like you had planned on, and you probably used a credit card to pay off the other stuff, so you're sitting there holding this bill that's coming in, but you're expecting to get, in the first month, you're expecting to get, say, $12,000 to pay all this. Well, actually it'd be $16,000. If it's $4,000 a month, you get $16,000 a month. So you're expecting to get that money to pay that off, and you've still got a mortgage on that place, and you're paying out, say, $2,500 a month on that place, or $2,000. Most of those beach houses on the beach are about $1 million a piece. So $1 million is probably going to be more than that, probably $3,000, $3,500 a month. So you're paying all this stuff out, and now you're not getting it. Now let's say that you're a real entrepreneur, and you had 10 of those. Now you're 10 times the problem, and that's where people don't understand is, in a small town, you don't really have those issues as much, even though a lot of those people will have rentals and things, and they're paying mortgages on them. And now the tenants don't have any money coming in, therefore they're not paying the rent. This is a domino effect. So as far as inflation and stuff, this is huge. So that's how I feel about it. Just a small chip in the bucket, big brother. Yeah, I think we're all small chips compared to the people I just talked about, because I don't have stuff like that. We buy property, we pay cash for it, and for these reasons. In 2008, I got caught holding a bag on a lot of property, and I swore I'd never do it again. And luckily this time, I don't. I pay cash. Pay cash for it, owner finance it. Hope you get your money. If you don't, you're not out anything other than what profit you'd be bringing in. So that's how I do it. So on this one, Walmart has been selling off. They got the lawsuit going, plus the market selling off. So, everything together, Walmart is just coming down. As soon as the lawsuit hits the airwaves, I think you're going to start seeing a domino effect of lawsuits across the nation on a lot of different companies, and it's going to bankrupt a lot of companies, especially like small business. It's going to hurt them. So that's my take on it. And here's one for you, Kyle. You love Apple. Apple, he has $5 million worth of Apple. I'm just kidding. He's got a lot of Apple, though. And before he came to this group, he didn't understand hedging, about how you buy puts. Like if you have a bunch of stock in it, you buy puts as like an insurance. That way, if it does drop, then the puts will actually make up for the money that you're losing on your stock. And so now he hedges. So he's actually doing really good with that. Even though he's still holding a stock, he's losing on the profits of it. As far as it comes down, he loses that money per share. But he's got puts in place that's actually paying him for that. So, and eventually the apple's going to come back. I mean, he's not going to lose the money unless he sold it. So before he came to the group, he didn't understand all that. Now he does. So he's that in itself has paid for his group for a very long time, because that's a lot of money you lose. So I guess that's about it. See, I'm doing this stuff every day, and it's Wildfell, yeah. So I think that's about all I'm going to cover tonight. Our Discord members, I'm going to do a live stream here probably a half hour or so, and we're going to talk about how to day trade better. We're going to talk about if you have less than 25,000, how can you day trade without PDT? We're going to talk about a lot of things. So if you are not one of our members and you want to get in on this stuff, then you need to click down below. As soon as you click and pay, it will automatically sign you in so you can get in that tonight. There's no hesitation about doing it. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can trade without PDT, and how do you know when to scalp as far as when to get in and get out your entries and exits, then our Discord is the group for you. We train in it every day, almost every day. And we talk about a lot of things, answering questions. If you're not sure about a stock, we pull up the charts. I tell you what we think about it, so maybe it'll help you make a decision. So if you're not part of it, join today. And if you would like, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. I've got 4 likes on here. Let's get some more likes before y'all get off there. And then I will see my Discord group in the chat in probably about a half hour, and we will hash out how you can make more money in this wild market. You guys have a great day and stay green.